stepped out, he trusted God. And so tonight, I'm going to give 3 people a test of trust. Now, I'm going to start with a sponsor, and so I need a man sponsor who's willing to come up here. All right? In fact, guys and girls, okay, well, they're voting on you over here, Ryan, and over here, let me see, kind of point range. How about, I tell you what, I'm going to use Daniel over here. Daniel, come on up here, come on up here. All right? Now, Daniel, if you want to back out, then I'll choose Ryan, because he was really clapping that I chose you instead. All right, now, this is what we're going to do. Now, here's the thing. You're going to have to trust. Now, I'm going to put you in a spot where you're not going to know what's going to happen. All you have to do is listen and obey. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little cylinder like this right here, and I'm going to balance it on your hand, and I'm going to light it on fire. And that fire is going to start burning towards your hand, towards your hand, towards your hand, and you're going to feel the heat. It's going to get so close to your hand, you're going to feel that fire, you're going to feel the heat right there next to your hand, and about the time that you're thinking, he has made a mistake and this is going to burn me. About the time where everything inside you is going to say, I need to move my hand. Don't move your hand. Your only job in this, his job is not to have all the answers. His job is simply to trust and obey. And what I'm telling you is this, obey, don't move your hand. And now if it starts falling over on its own, I'll catch it. You don't have to move your hand. If you breathe on it too hard and it falls, I'll catch it. You don't have to move your hand. Do not move your hand. It's going to burn down. You're going to want to. You see, guys, you're going to face some things in life, and you're not going to have all the answers. You won't necessarily know how God is going to work this out. You may not even know why it's happening. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. My mom got cancer. Her stomach swelled up. I asked God to heal her. He didn't do it. My mom died of cancer. Then last week, there was somebody that wrote in our prayer request box in the cafeteria, they wrote that they have a friend and their friend's parents are getting a divorce. Well, that kid, in that family, she can't change that. And sometimes you'll look at situations and you'll say, God, why is this happening? Well, why is this going on? I was at a camp. And I was sitting, we were actually waiting to play an activity. And I was sitting next to this little girl, and she turned to me, and she said, can you tell me why my 1-year-old brother died? I don't have an answer. I can't tell you why God let that happen. But I can tell you this. You don't have to have all the answers to keep trusting. Because you know who God is. And even if he doesn't give you the answers, you can always keep your eyes on Jesus. And so your job is not to figure things out. Your job is not to do things on your own. Your job is simply to trust and do what I'm telling you to do. Are you good with that, Daniel? All right, so we're going to take this cylinder right here. All right, I've opened it up pretty good. All right, hold out your hands. Real flat. Let's come up just a little right here because we've got a little bit of a breeze from the air conditioner back there. All right, and kind of bow your hand just a little bit. Now, like I said, if this starts to fall, I'm going to catch it. Now, I'm going to light it on fire. Here we go. Try not to breathe on it. And it's going to burn towards you. Now, you don't have to do anything. Just be still. Now, he's going to feel the heat. It's coming. Don't move. All he has to do is trust. Now, do you see? He didn't know that was going to happen. Daniel, you felt the heat, didn't you? He didn't know how that would not burn him, but he didn't have to know. He didn't have to have all the answers. All he had to do was trust and obey. And guys, when you face tough things in life, you won't have all the answers, but you can keep your eyes on Jesus because he loves you. And when you follow him, he will never let you down. Give Daniel a hand. Good job. Good job. That was the first test of trust, and you did absolutely fantastic. All right, now I have another test of trust, and I'm going to give it to one of you guys and girls. But first, I got to get you ready for it. You see, I've got this styrofoam cup. Now, this cup, it is just like the cups that we've been drinking out of there in the cafeteria. Okay? Now, take a look. Okay, see my cup here? Just regular styrofoam cup. Now, I'm going to pour the water in it. Go ahead and put your hands down. All right, put your hands down for a second because I want to see if you believe something. All right? Now watch the water. Watch the water go into the cup. I'm going to pour about half the bottle. That's probably good right there. Half a bottle of water. Okay, poured it into the cup. How many of y'all believe I can turn this cup upside down and not a drop of water come out? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Okay, all right. I tell you what, right here It's Natalie, right? Natalie, come on up here. All right, now Natalie, come stand right here next to me. Now, you saw that water go in the cup, right? But you're telling me that you believe that I can turn it upside down and not a drop come out, right? Okay. Now she's believing something that she's never seen, as far as I know. She's believing something. It's kind of hard to believe. You know, so a lot of the adults in here, when I said, do you believe I can do this? Not very many of them raised their hands. They were kind of like, I don't think so. Now, I'm going to ask her to go a step further. Because you see, anybody can believe with their head. But there's a difference between believing with your head and trusting. So Natalie, would you let me take this cup and put it over your head and turn it upside down? Okay, now did you see that? She's crossing a line. She's going from believing with her head, and now she's not just believing, she's not just saying the words, she's actually trusting. Did you know there are a lot of people, and they believe in Jesus with their head, but they've never given their life to him? They believe him with their head, but they've never trusted him as their Savior. In fact, does the devil believe in Jesus? Yeah, he knows he's real. Does the devil believe in God? Okay, let's try it again. Does the devil believe God is real? Yes. Absolutely. Does the devil believe Jesus died on the cross? Yes. Yeah, he knows it's true. Does the devil believe Jesus rose again? Yes. Yeah, he knows it's true. Is the devil going to heaven? No. Because just believing facts with your head does not save you. You have to be willing to trust Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Now she's crossed the line. She's gone from trusting or believing with her mouth. Now she is trusting. Here we go, Natalie. You ready? On the count of 3, I'm going to turn it upside down. Now look how calm she is. She's like, I'm trusting you. Look at this. Here we go. Ready, Natalie? 1, 2, 3. Turned it upside down. Not a drop came out. Now she didn't have to have all the answers. She simply trusted. And you know what? Lots of people believe in God, and they think they're going to heaven because they believe here. But they've never received him as their Lord and Savior. Give Natalie a hand. Natalie, you did a fantastic job. You did great. Good job, Natalie. All right. Now I have a third test of trust. But before I get there, like I said, a lot of people believe with their head. Believing with your head can't save you. In fact, here we go. Can believing with your head get you to heaven? Everybody say, no way. Can being baptized get you to heaven? Everybody say, no way. Can going to church get you to heaven? Did you know if I walk into an airport, I do not become an airplane? I know, it's a shocker, isn't it? Did you know if I walk in a garage, I don't become a car? It's true. Going someplace doesn't make you that thing. Going to church does not make you a Christian any more than going to McDonald's makes you a chicken nugget. That's true. You go to church every day of your life, but if you don't have Jesus Christ, you're not going to heaven. So, last test of trust. Here we go. All right, let me see. And you can back out. I'm going to choose a guy for this. All right? And you can back out if you want to. I'll tell you what, right here. Tell me your name again. Colton. Colton, come on up here. All right, now Colton. All right, everybody give Colton a hand. Good job. All right, Colton, thank you. He volunteered without even knowing what he was volunteering for. This is probably the toughest test of trust. Have you ever seen or heard of Unbreakable thread? Have you ever seen or heard of that? You haven't. Okay, it's maybe a little harder for you. Raise your hand if you've ever seen or heard of Unbreakable thread. Yeah, it's so thin, a lot of you guys can't even see it in here. All right, put your hands down, put your hands down. Now, this is what I'm going to do, Colton. I'm going to wrap this thread around my hands 2 times like that right there. Okay? You see how I have that right there? And then in a moment, I'm going to have you, if you're willing, I'm going to have you put your heels on the back of the stage. You're going to stiffen your body like this right here, and you're going to reach up with both hands, and you're going to hold on to that thread. And then I'm going to put my toe right on the toes of your feet, and I'm going to lean you back as far as I can off of the edge of that stage. The only thing holding you up, Colton, is going to be that thin little thread right there. Now, Colton, are you willing to do this? All right, good. Give him a hand. He's willing to do it. All right, now, Colton, this is the toughest test of trust, and if that was not hard enough, I'm going to make it harder. Because I'm going to take my stand right here, and I'm going to take the top off. All right? And then I'm going to take it, and Colton, come stand right here for a second. Let me see how tall you are. All right, yeah, be careful not to fall. Okay, let me see. Okay, and we'll lower this just a little. Good, good. I think that's perfect right there. This way, Colton, step back just a little. If that thread breaks and you fall, that post right there, it's going to poke you somewhere between the middle of your head and there. Right there. All right, now Colton, are you ready to do this? Okay, now he's brave. He's ready to do this right here. Look at this. Some of these guys out here, they're getting scared for you. They're like, oh, really? Okay, Colton, you ready for this? All right, here we go. Now don't step to the edge yet. Let me get this wrapped around. Yeah, you step on the way. It always makes me nervous. I'm always afraid somebody's going to fall before I get the thread ready. All right, here we go. Now I've got it wrapped around my hand. Right there, good and tight. Now Colton, you see that? That's what you're going to be trusting right there. You see that thread right there? All right, now, this is what I want you to know. He's going to be trusting this thread with everything he is. He's trusting this thread not to let him down. Now, Colton, I want you to turn around for a second. Face them. Yeah, turn around, face this way. I want you to look at this thread, just to help you out. I'm going to show you how strong this thread is. Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah, he's giving me like a really strange stare right now. Some of y'all in the front row, you can see what I just did. I broke that thread. There's no such thing as unbreakable thread. And if he were to have trusted this, it would have let him down. And if you're trusting anything to get you to heaven other than Jesus Christ, it's going to let you down. Because there's only one way to be saved. There's only one way to go to heaven, and it's only through Jesus Christ. All right, Colton, thank you for trusting me. I'm going to give you a bracelet since you helped us out there. Good job. Give me a hand. Good job.